see they be taking them flicks. Cameras watching, I be making them sick. Walk with caution, so I'm making it quick. You all drew off of it.
Stan, you've coached so many rookies over the years. What are some key things you like to see from a player coming into the league?
Well, look, you've got to have the guy, Brian, that's ready to compete at that level and has to bring that every night. From there, it's just all about learning. There's going to be mistakes, but you want guys who can learn and improve at a consistent rate.
Is it true that defense is the fastest way into the coach's heart?
Well, it's certainly a way to gain confidence, that's for sure.
Filipowski out there with Jackson. Then there's Trey Mann. And it's Hendricks in at the 3. That's the group for Utah right now. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Bucks played some superb basketball. He had an unbelievable amount of points, and he did everything else you could have wanted as well, ending with a triple-double. And really, it's a game that will stand out when you look at his career, considering how absurd some of those numbers are. Guys?
Well, it'll be interesting to see how much of that performance carries over into this one.
His goal is to provide whatever the team needs from him on that particular evening.
Well, I'm sure he's coming in with a lot of confidence after last game. He wants to have a repeat performance here tonight.
And it hasn't just been their stellar offense. Their defense has been effective as well.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Yeah, some gritty stuff there by MP. Now, he knew he was going to get hit.
Free throw good, MP. And some changes here for the Warriors. Harris has checked in for Kuminga, and Pajemski subbed in for Curry. So he gets them both. 3 minutes of action thus far in the second. Utah's gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Morrison misses.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Back to MP. Pass to Pajemski. From deep, MP.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. Moody is out there with Tobias Harris. Then there's Brandon Pajemski. Then there's Allen. And it's Jackson Davis in at the 5. Morrison can't hit.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey guys, MP in the last game against Milwaukee was outstanding. He scored an incredible number of points and a triple-double for all that effort. A mind-blowing effort, one that's going to be hard to repeat, but hard to bet against him. Kevin?
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
Expect them to go to him early and often. Don't want to let that hot hand go to waste.
In the corner, Moody with it. 5 to shoot.
Yo, I said they were coming for us, but that ain't make me no difference.
The Warriors have gone an outstanding 7 of 7 so far in the second quarter. So on the floor for Golden State, we've got Trace Jackson-Davis. MP is out there with Brandon Pajemski. Then there's Tobias Harris. And it's Moody in at the 3, the small forward. For a handful of teams at this point of the year, Doris, the future is now as they fall out of the playoff race.
But, Brian, there is a dilemma to be worked out in these cases. And here's what I mean by that. Your team is now out of contention, but veterans, generally speaking, don't believe that, and they want to be competitive and win basketball games. In the meantime, the organization, from a broad perspective, is thinking, we've got to start to play the young guys so that they can gain some much-needed experience in big games. Tough situation.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Bucks was a man on a mission. He had an unbelievable amount of points, and he registered a triple-double, showing off all of his skills. A game that nobody will soon forget, that's for sure. How is he going to follow that up tonight? We'll see, guys.
Good stuff, Allie. Tremendous effort from him in that last game, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., I think he pushed them to the win through sheer force of will.
Let's give credit to his teammates for continuing to find this guy. They knew he had the hot hand, and they were willing to ride it all night long.
Draymond Green, he's checked in for Jackson Davis. Filipowski, the pass to George. 6 to shoot. It's rebounded by Golden State. They defeated Milwaukee in their last game.
Oh my, talk about mental toughness. The crowd was roaring against them, but they were able to focus and finish the task at hand.
I thought what really stood out was how dominant they were on the offensive end. That was about as flawless as you could hope for.
There's a double team with Pajemski. For Utah, they've gotten only 3 of 9 attempts to fall in the second. Back to George.
Tipped away. It's stolen by Allen. Filipowski's out there with Walker Kessler. Then it's Trey Mann. Then it's Keontae George. And it's Hendricks in at the 3 spot. That's the group right now for Utah. And that's life above the rim, courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. It feels like every season, Brent, we set a record for pace in the NBA. Why do you think that is?
Well, I don't know, Kevin, if it's every team that's seeking pace, although in every coach's press conference you'll hear about them talking about playing faster and wanting to get out in transition. But that's where you take advantages of defenses most. Look, if you got a young team, open up the floodgates and let them run. Probably more success coming your way.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, MP in the last game against the Bucks put on a show. He scored an incredible number of points, and he did a little bit of everything for them in that one, adding a triple.
When you challenge me, so let's do it.
Left foot, right foot, walk around, slide, walk.
Well, Stan, LeBron James is widely regarded as one of the most intelligent players in the league. Who else stands out to you as far as basketball IQ?
Well, Brian, that's a tough question. There's so many of them. Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic. There's just so many intelligent guys in this league. Fans that think it's all about athleticism don't understand how intelligent the best players are.
On the floor for the Warriors, they've got Draymond Green, Brandon Pajemski out there with MP. Then it's Moody, and it's Harris in at the 4 slot. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Warriors can be sloppy with the ball. Coach Kerr said, I don't mind turnovers that result from trying to make the extra pass. It's the ones that don't stand a chance to get through that bother me. If we just hit singles, we have so many playmakers and shooters that it's all going to come out pretty positively. Brian?
All right, Allie, thank you. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score. And there's a nice rhythm to his three-point shot. George has a confident stroke.
Now here's Allen. What an incredible scoring display he's putting on tonight. 4-3.
Yeah.
Golden State's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. They've got Trey Mann. Walker Kessler is out there with Filipowski. Then it's George, and it's Hendricks in at the three. That's the group right now for Utah. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Warriors.
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
And they are also just outworking the opposition in transition. When the break is on, they've continued to find ways to score.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, MP in the last game against the Bucks put on a show. He scored an amazing number of points, and ultimately he posted a triple-double. Totals like that put him in rarefied company. A game for the ages. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
And it's very likely that he and his guys can carry that momentum into this one.
It didn't take long for Pajemski to establish himself as an elite charge taker.
The funny thing about the game of basketball is that some things can't be taught. Pods clearly has the it factor when it comes for the timing that it takes to draw charges. He can steal a few possessions for you every single game.
Free throw good, Pajemski. Fields checked in for Moody. He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Nice ball movement by Utah. Here's George.
Sipping the jasmine tea.
And so in the game for the Warriors, Brandon Pajemski out there with MP. Then there's Draymond Green. Then there's Tobias Harris. And it's Moody in at the three, the small forward. Here's Hendricks. He chipped in with 13 points in his last game. 5 on the clock. Back to Mann. Pass to Filipowski. They shoot again. Driving to the basket. The rebound by Moody.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Bucks was a man on a...
Had to wear the Proving Grounds jersey today for this game.
So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Draymond Green is out there with Tobias Harris. Then there's Moses Moody. Then it's MP. And it's Pajemski in at the two spot. And Frank, you've seen the way the game has grown over the years. The skill level of the league is higher than ever.
Yeah, the talent level, Kevin, that is on display on a nightly basis in this league is staggering. But a lot of kids out there watching what's going on. They're going to push this game even further. How exciting is that?
With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. MP in the last game against the Bucks was tremendous. He had an impressive number of points, and what a game it was, posting a triple-double. He put on a show. He ended up with a stat line he's no doubt proud of, and I'm sure he wants to replicate it again. Kevin?
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, going up against a team that had no answer for him. We'll see if it plays out the exact same way here tonight.
And the Jazz with possession here. The Warriors making the shot. And it's sent back by Allen.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Man passes to Kessler. Knocked loose. MP finds Harris. Now Green. Filipowski grabs the board. George against Allen. Man gets the bucket. Man's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
Allen.
For this gameplay, because I'm pretty excited. All right, what's the game plan, guys?
We'll just play.
Filipowski out there with Walker Kessler. Then there's Trey Mann.
So for the Golden State Warriors right now, they've got Moody. Allen is out there with Podziemski. Then there's Harris. And it's Green in at the center. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
From the tip, they are not making things easy on them. Lots of steals, playing disruptive basketball.
And also, given the game is more fast-paced nowadays, I like the way they've capitalized in transition, keeping their foot on the gas.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey guys, MP in the last game against the Bucks was just phenomenal. He had an impressive number of points, and that was only part of it, as he added a triple-double for his work. He really worked hard in that game and put up some big numbers as a result. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
And I'll be interested to see if the opposition looks to double him, because this should open up opportunity.
We'll just play sides if that's possible. But
Pass
if
the
not,
ball, exploit
I think we should be
mismatches,
fine.
kick out. Yeah, we good.
Newborn tiger, I'm earning my stripes.
Well, the Jazz shooting a low 30% on the floor. And so in the game for the Warriors, they've got MP. Buddy Hield is out there with Kuminga. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's Koloko in at the center position, locking down the middle. It's George on the wing. Hield finds Allen. Curry looking it over. Over Poole. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Curry's got 11 points.
Well, Stephen Curry, so efficient in the mid-range. I know it's not prioritized. He's one guy you want shooting it.
George's shot is off.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Jazz sends him off. That's his first personal foul.
This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight.
At the line for the Warriors, Buddy Hield taking 2 shots.
That's good from Hield.
We will look back on Buddy Hield's career and marvel at the consistent three-point shooting he provided no matter what team he played for.
Hield hits them both.
I love it. In attack mode, drawing foul calls this quarter and getting to the free throw line.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. It's George on the wing. Launches a three. It's rebounded by Golden State. Kuminga's got rebound number 8 now. Outside Curry. MP against George. Curry passes to MP. Right side Hield. Cash. It's MP picking up the assist. Hield's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And he couldn't get an easier shot. The defense right now just looks defeated.
Well, simply stated, simply not enough effort, not enough attention to detail. They've gotten run over this evening.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors, way out of reach with an enormous lead as we head into a break. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. Time for a quick break, then back to the action.
And as we welcome you to halftime, no other way to say it, an abysmal start for the Utah Jazz. And guys, I want to talk for a sec about the talent level in this league. In fact, I'd say it's never been better.
You sure about that, Ernie? I sense Shaq getting restless over there.
Hey, my mistake, big fella. Someone put crazy talk on the teleprompter. I was just, going along with it for giggles.
I'm not giggling, Ernie.
Come on, try it. Come on. I bet I can make you giggle.
I'm ticklish, Ernie. I'm ticklish. I don't want to worry about ticklish.
Come on. Now let's talk about that first half. What an impressive performance for the Warriors.
Their ability to string together threes and demoralize a team, man. We saw that in the first half.
Seems like the score couldn't be more lopsided, but we still have another half to go. Prove me wrong. And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Hey, you look at MP in this game, he's been everywhere.
And just halfway through this contest, he's already registered a double-double.
That takes a level of aggression and a level of focus, and he has brought it all night thus far.
Walker Kessler out there with Jaren Jackson. Then it's Jordan Poole. Then there's Keontae George. And it's Sensabaugh in at the small forward position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz.
It's no secret that MP is a confident guy. But what I really like is that most of the time he lets his play do the talking for him.
No good on the second free throw. Doris, when we talk about home court advantages, the Jazz have amongst the best.
They do, B.A. You have to play at altitude. They're also a little bit isolated as well, so travel is hard. Let me tell you this, their fan base is loud, L-O-U-D.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Bucks was a man on a mission. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points and put up double digits in 3 categories. And he had a monster game that last time out. He'll try to match or even exceed those numbers tonight. That's got to be scary to face, Brian.
Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
Well, when you're coming off a game like he had, you know the difference tonight. They're going to load up against him. They're going to try to take him out of his rhythm early.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Here's Sensabaugh. Off target from 3-point range.
Well, an 0-for-3 start to the half. You need to pick it up and start to put some pressure on your opponent.
Stolen by Kessler. Curry against Poole.
We got him.
Yeah.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. And the foul called on MP. That's his first foul.
His first personal foul. First team foul.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. Up front, it's Green at the 4 with Jackson Davis at the 5. Curry is out there with Allen. And it's Kuminga in at the small forward position.